today was?
Not good. For the offense, not good. It's not up to our standard. Me personally didn't make some good decisions. There's going to be those days where the defense gets the best of us, and it's definitely been back and forth this year in this camp. But just today wasn't our day. We had some flashes, but I need to be a lot better.
When a day happens like this in camp, it's a long process. How do you get yourself and your unit bounce back?
I think just emphasis on just the mental side of it. It's our fourth day of practice in a row. Obviously, everyone's tired, and got to make sure that doesn't affect the energy that you bring on the field. Off day tomorrow, I think that got in some guys' heads, and that they're looking forward to trying to just getting through the day. We don't want to try to get through the day. We're trying to take advantage of every rep we can get and get better. But it's just trusting the process and making sure we're giving it all, and that the energy is there all the time, regardless of the situation.
Is it a good thing to kind of hit some adversity from time to time, just to be able to push through?
Yeah, you don't want it to be one-sided. There's been periods, there's been practices where it's offense has done really well and defense has done really well, and that's how it's going to be. And you can't get complacent. It's not good when everything's going well for you. You got to learn how to deal with adversity. It's good for me to make the mistakes now and then not during the season. It's also understanding the fine line between yes, I want to see what the guys can do and try to force some balls downfield, but then also playing within the realm of the offense and not making stupid decisions, which in 7-on-7 I made a couple of those today, and that just can't happen. But, we had a couple periods where we got the best of the defense. We had a couple periods where they got the best of us, and it's going to be back and forth like that. But our standard is definitely a lot higher than today, but there's a lot of good things to take from it.
Well, you have so many new receivers. How much extra time do you guys have to put in to develop chemistry with all of those?
Yeah, the offseason and the guys that were here for spring ball, that helped them a lot, and then the freshmen and a couple other guys that got here in the summer. It was just kind of getting out here a few times a week and making sure that we're running the routes to a T as to how the coaches wanted it. This offseason helped it a lot because we were able to be on the field with the coaches more, with the new rules, with OTA kind of activities, and then 7-on-7 afterwards, which was great. But it's staying after, getting after extra work, extra throws. But it's just the little things and making sure that every time we're getting a rep together, whether it's routes on air, one-on-ones, or team period, that it's to a T how the coaches want it to be ran, because if it's not, it's just a waste of rep.
Well, there's a ton of experience in that linebacker group. What do you see from them when you're going through progressions and how they're?
Yeah, it's awesome. We see each other in every practice. So I have a feel for how they react. They have a feel for how I see things, and I think that helps them with just kind of baiting me and trying to get me to make throws that aren't necessarily supposed to be made. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, But Jaquez has done an awesome job. He's been bringing the energy. He's flying around. Giving our offensive line a really good work with his pass rushes, and their interior blitzes have been really, really good so far. And we got to be a little tighter up there, but their experience is just going to help us overall. And that defense is going to feel their leadership for sure.
I'm curious, we just saw today, but through your first 4 practices, are there any guys you've thrown some balls to and oh, wow, who's that?
Yeah, first practice, we had a nice little go ball to Barry on and team run, which was nice. He's got really good speed, and good to see his ball skills. He needs to be a little more consistent. I know he can make the catches, but just I think it's just getting to work with him and making sure that he just has a feel for how I throw the ball and just gets more comfortable with that. But, all types of guys have made flashes. Chauncey Magwood went up and made a really good play in a route that we hadn't thrown yet all season, which was good to see. He's got a good feel for the timing, when to go up for a ball and going to high point it. DeMarcus has got a really good feel for a lot of the single cut routes backside, and I feel like my timing with him and my chemistry with him has gotten really, really good. But there's been a lot of good guys that have made some good plays.
Chris had that one-handed catch today.
Yeah,
how much of a luxury is that?
Yeah, I don't think he had that in him, to be honest. But no, Chris is awesome, and to get him more involved in the passing game was a goal of mine, and just the running backs in general was a goal of mine. And so to make that throw and to make him believe in me and to show that I believe in him by giving him that opportunity, definitely going to be more opportunities like that in the future.
So Josh Cadis, 84, got some big reactions from some blocks today. I don't know if you saw it or not. Is that something you've been seeing?
No, he's turned heads ever since he got here. Obviously not the biggest dude at tight end position, but he just got a really good feel for the game. He's a smart kid. He's a physical kid, brings the energy, smart guy. And I think he'll get some burn this year. He's a good player, and I trust him, and he's as prepared as any other freshman that we have going into each practice.
The offensive line has been a staple here since Stoops has been here. How do you feel like they're doing as a group early on in practice this season?
Really, really well. I mean, in the spring we were struggling at the beginning, and I feel like towards the end of the spring we were able to kind of get in our groove. And then all the off-season work that we got throughout the summer with working with Coach Yins and getting through the terminology and the just rules within the run game and the pass game protections, we're in a really, really good spot. And obviously there's a lot of room to improve, but compared to where we are in the beginning of spring, we're light years ahead. So I feel really good about how we are up there. And we're short right now just with a couple illnesses and just guys that will be out for a little bit. As you saw Jagger there at center today, he was struggling a little bit, snapping it over guys' heads a couple times, but he's going to get it. I'm actually excited to see how Jagger improves at center because he's a smart guy and he knows the calls, but it's just, I mean, that's just something that you got to work on. Like it's tough to be thrown out there your first day and to be expected to make those snaps and perfectly. So he'll get it. And then Q will get better and he'll be back. But I like our depth and I like the guys we got up there up front for sure.
You know what C-Rob brings both Cavassier and Gitan, and the rest of those guys.
Yeah. I think Cavassier and a couple of those other dudes, Lavelle, Gitan, they bring another level of speed, I think, for one. I think they can get that edge and really run by people a little easier than C-Rod can. But if anything, they just bring depth and confidence to the offense because we know that we're 4 or 5 deep at running back where we can throw anybody in and know that they're going to get that same gain that, no, I don't know about, I mean, everyone's different, but like they can make the same plays that C-Rod can, which is really, really cool. And I've never been on a team this deep at running back so that's pretty cool. Yeah, he's a bowling ball. He's a little mighty mouse. He's like Doug Martin. Yeah, he's got a good feel. You see he bounces it when he's supposed to bounce it. He cuts when he's supposed to cut. I mean, you watch his tape, he kind of jumps out immediately. And it was that kind of stuff I couldn't really see throughout the summer with like working on him routes on air and stuff. But when we put on the pads and when he's getting the ball and the handoffs against the defense, it's pretty special to see what he can do. So he's definitely going to be a good part of our offense.
Jacques has talked about him kind of being the quarterback of the defense as you're the quarterback of the offense, of course. He said that you guys learn off each other. How's you and his relationship as two of the leaders on the team?
It's good. I mean, I'm able to talk to him about how he mostly just like, I think vision. Like I've asked him a couple of times kind of like how my eyes are. Like I don't want to be staring down things. Like that's the biggest thing in our offense. Like you don't want to telegraph where you're going with the ball. And he's been able to kind of tell me when I'm getting a little too early to my progressions or if he sees when certain things are coming. He's a good person to learn from, and he's definitely got probably the best football mind on that defense, him and Square, which is really, really cool.
Of course, you got Amp there at the end of a couple of one-on-ones. It's got to feel good for you now. He's there on the line. Just how much does he mean to that line?
No, it means a lot, and he's definitely the energy bringer and the leader in that group, and he needs to be with the experience he has, and that's just the type of guy he is. And for him to go in those one-on-ones, I heard he gave JJ a good one, but that's awesome. That's just, if anything, just like energy. That could be the turning point in a practice. You know, when you got a lull, you need that play, you need that spark from someone, and Horsey's not afraid to give it. So,
Thanks, Will.
thanks, guys.